Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm your local shaman, Lady Lighthouse, or you could call me Cami, and welcome to the Light Network. Today, this is the video of our weekly energy update for what's coming this week for the week of July 7th through the 14th, as well as what maybe we need to release or let go of to let this energy in. Let's get started. As always, this is a collective card pull, so take what resonates, leave the rest. If you want a more private reading or a private energy work or shamanic work, my links are down below, or you can always pop into my Twitch stream live and get a reading there. So let's get started. Whatever's in the highest and best for July 7th through July 14th, Spirit. Okay. Lots popping out today. Okay. First things first, where are we going? We're going number 22, Fool's Embrace, Transmuting Pain. And really where I'm being drawn on this card and the message that's coming through is coming down into the toes. So focusing on grounding, focusing on getting your tans in the dirt, your toes in the dirt, your toes in the sand, the like touching ground, grounding down through your feet, down through your toes. And whatever that might look like for you, you can hug a tree, you can go outside barefoot, you can, do some shakes, you can do some like deep breathing and just imagining like roots coming out of your feet. Those are some different grounding techniques that you can try, but focusing on grounding this week. Staying connected to earth. Next up is 29, Horn Cactus, Resourcefulness. Where are we going? I'm being drawn to the spot right by this like right side of the nose. So there's like a lot of tension like right on the top of the nose and some tension right off to this like right side. And it just feels like there's a trapped emotion here. It feels like there might be some like a trapped. Yeah, it feels like there's some trapped anger. There's some trapped anger that's kind of living or hanging out right here, this like upper cheek, this right side, almost like where you like would snarl. Um, so maybe there might be a little frustration coming forward for you this week, where you might have to work through some frustration that's coming in, but kind of inviting you to tap through that, feel that, acknowledge it, release it. But yeah, if you you might notice yourself getting frustrated this week, or you might notice yourself kind of feeling that snarl, feel that anger, and that's okay. Like, we acknowledge the anger, allow it to move through healthily, feel it, don't suppress it, and allow it to move through and be released. So just a little bit of anger and irritation coming up. Up next is 59, Wailing Tree, Reconciliation. This is bringing me back to a few weeks ago where we started the process, because we're kind of coming back to this like whole wound here, or we had kind of started the process of feeling like the light is coming in, and now on this card where I'm being highlighted is it's the sensation of like the wound is closing. So it feels like whatever pain or wound that was caused previously in that relationship that you're working through, like it's healing. It's healing. The light was let in, and now the wound is, scabbing over, it's closing over, it's scarring over. In whatever way that looks for you. Up next is 53, Stranger Curiosity. On this card, two different areas I'm being pulled. One is like right down this like center of their face, like blue line, and it's just a very balanced feeling. But there's also a very strong, there's a very strong like fighter energy, and that checks out in general with anger. A lot of times our anger will kind of bring forward this like fighter, courageous, step up to the task at hand. So there's a very strong emphasis this week on just like, you know, the fire has been lit. There's some fiery energy of just like the fire's been lit, and using your anger in a balanced way, keeping yourself grounded. This one. 18 Eyes of the Eagle rising above the fray. And this just feels like a reminder when we are using our anger this week, and we are using our fire and our inner rage, our inner anger to do change, like to cause change, that we're being conscious of where we're channeling that anger, where we're channeling that frustration, making sure that we're not taking it out in a revengeful, spiteful way, but in a productive, like trying to serve others way and or try to help others. So this feels like the reminder of don't get stuck in the dirt. Even though we want you to stay grounded and touch some grass this week, don't get stuck. Don't get stuck down in the mud, in the dirt. Remember to come up for air. Remember to come up and see what it is that you're fighting for from that like bird's eye view. And then last but not least is number 16, Empty Well, Time to Replenish. Yeah, and this one I just go right into the middle of the light, and it just feels like there's so much love for you here. There's so much creation. There's so much goodness in you and all that you're doing and all that you're creating. Don't get distracted by the mud. Don't get distracted by the mud. Like, use that energy that you have. Your wounds are healing. Keep yourself grounded. Get above the fray, or like get above the. Don't allow yourself to get wrapped up in other people's storms and other people's mud, other people's dirt. Rise above, and when you rise above, you're so supported, you're so loved, you're so like there's so much creation energy coming your way. Let's see what might need to be released. Hold on, does that feel right to do? Yeah, but I feel like I need to clear these out of the way. All right, what needs to be released the week of 7th to the 14th? What might be holding us back, holding you back? Nice and best for the collective. We got 4 of Swords upside down. And this card gives a lot of feminine energy, but with it being like upside down in this meditation, it feels like if it's like a disconnection from the feminine energy of your intuition, and so that's kind of why we keep going back to that, touch some grass, ground yourself. Hold on. Even as I'm like connecting this card, there's like, oh my gosh, the like pain in the heart that just like came through, and even just kind of like this like sadness, frustration. It almost like is like this this deep feminine rage coming forward of Yeah. Like this deep feminine rage that is in the collective as a whole. And this is kind of all tying back together to rising above the fray. It's like it's good to use your anger, but recognize what is your anger and what is not yours. Like what is someone else's that you've taken on. Because it's good to use your anger. It's good to be in touch with your emotions, and also some emotions aren't meant for you to feel. Some emotions are not yours to carry. They're not yours to work through. They're other people's that you are allowing into your body. And so this feels like the reminder of yes, there's probably going to be a decent amount of feminine rage energy coming forward this next week in all of the happenings. But reminding yourself that to check in, what is your actual rage, what is actually your anger, what is for you to carry versus what is kind of that collective energy. Because not everything is meant for you to carry, not everything is meant for you to feel or work through. And some of the energy you might take on this week is going to be, or has the potential to be, not your own. And so setting good boundaries for yourself, reminding yourself to check in with yourself of like, hey, if you start to feel angry, like, is this my anger? Checking in, like, is this my anger? Yes or no? Like, what am I angry about? Why am I angry about this? Is it because someone crossed you, or your boundary, or your sense of like self or respect has been hurt or crossed, or is it someone else's? And really sink into your intuition this week and allow yourself to listen and hear of like, oh, no, this might actually not be mine to carry. And when that happens, inviting yourself to send that energy back to sender with love and light. Like always send it back to sender with love and light. Call your energy back to you. Take a deep breath with it. And one other way you can do is setting the boundary book, using a boundary book, writing in a boundary book of like, I will not be disrespected in this way, or I will not have my like this is a hard boundary for me, or whatever is coming up. Putting it in writing to solidify where you stand, where your energy can go, where your energy can't go, and calling your energy back to yourself, calling your power back to yourself, your sovereignty back to yourself. And feeling whole and feeling at ease and at peace and in control of your state of mind, of your state of being, and not being wrapped up in the collective storm or in other people's storms. There's balance. You get to choose when you open up and when you don't. You don't need to allow yourself to just like be wrapped into the storm. Like you can be good. You can have good boundaries with your energy and still have compassion and empathy for one another, or compassion and empathy for one another without storming with each other. So, all right, that feels complete. I appreciate you all. Thank you for tuning in. Again, I'm your local shaman, Lady Lighthouse here. Located in Kentucky. I have lots of offerings in person as well as online. You can sign up for my email list too to be notified of any local events and or get these weekly updates delivered to your email with some additional support as well, or resources provided to just help you with whatever's coming in this week. So, all right, I'm sending you all so much love and light, and I hope you have a beautiful week ahead, and I'll see you again next week. All right. Bye, my loves.